What the what? The Romans have vomiting rooms? You might be thinking, did they have like a waste disposal system for people who ate too much at their... Well, it turns out that the Romans did have rooms where they would induce vomiting, but not for the reason you might think. You see, the word vomitorium is Latin for vomit room, and it's a word we get from the ancient Romans. But in movies and TV shows, the scene is always the same. Some poor peasant has just served up a bunch of food to some Roman aristocrat. They've stuffed themselves silly, and now they need to use the bathroom. So they all file into the vomitorium together and puke their guts out. And you're meant to understand that this is a place where they dispose of their waste. But when we look at the actual archaeological evidence for what these rooms were actually used for, it turns out that the Romans weren't using them as toilets. Instead, the vomit was part of the meal. The practice of inducing vomiting after a feast wasn't unique to the Romans, but it was common among elite classes throughout the ancient world. Among the Greeks, it was believed that you could tell a man was sophisticated by how well he could puke. In fact, there was even a Greek word for this skill, emesis, which literally means the art of throwing up. The idea was that you wanted to be able to eat as much as possible without getting sick. And then you would throw up so that you could eat more. It was part of the culture of gluttony, a celebration of overindulgence. And this was true in Rome as well. The elite classes kept their eating and drinking under control with a combination of drugs and alcohol. Then they would throw up so that they could eat and drink even more. The more you drank, the more you threw up. And the more you threw up, the more you could eat and drink. It is pretty clear that this was the case because the Romans did unthrow up after every meal. If they did, it would be pretty hard to do their jobs. Instead, they saved their binge eating and drinking for banquets, those big parties where they could eat and drink as much as they wanted and then throw up afterwards. So while we don't know exactly what went on in the vomiting rooms, we can be pretty sure that it wasn't just a place where people went to relieve themselves. It was a place where they went to continue the party. I'm the host. This has been Decoding the Past. If you want to learn more about how the Romans ate, well, let me know in the comment. HAA